They smiled before the cameras. They walked red carpets under 1,000 flashing lights. But behind those perfect moments were nights filled with silence, anxiety, and unseen tears. Fame, it shows the world your shine, but hides your pain. This is the untold story of three souls who fought their storms in silence. Shin Min-ah, Kim Woo-bin, and Cha Eun-woo. The world sees beauty, talent, grace, but the heart behind those faces often beats in quiet ache. We begin with Shin Min-ah. When Shin Min-ah disappeared from the screen for years, many thought she was simply resting, but in truth, she was healing. Behind her calm smile was exhaustion, the kind that no one claps for, the kind that makes you question if you still belong. She had spent years in bright lights, wearing calmness like a crown, but hiding her fatigue like a secret scar. Then came love, and pain that tested that love. When Kim Woo-bin was diagnosed with cancer, the world went silent, and so did she. Not because she had nothing to say, but because her heart was breaking quietly beside his. She stayed, through the fear, through the sleepless nights, through the whispers of the world, wondering if she'd ever come back. They said she was missing, but she was present in the most human way, holding him through the darkness, while healing her own unseen wounds. When she finally returned to acting, her eyes carried a different light, softer, deeper, alive. She taught the world that rest is not weakness. It is how the soul breathes again. Then there was Kim Woo-bin. They called him unbreakable, a man of confidence, grace, and quiet power. But when the illness came, it stripped away every layer of certainty. He went from bright studios to long corridors of hospitals, from lines of dialogue to silent prayers whispered at night. There were moments he couldn't recognize his own reflection, moments when he wondered if the world would remember him once the cameras stopped rolling. But in the darkness, he found light, in love, in faith, in the will to survive. Shin Min-ah stood beside him. She didn't run. She didn't hide. She became his anchor, and through her strength, he found the courage to fight. When he smiled again for the first time on screen, it wasn't acting. It was rebirth. That smile carried pain, gratitude, and a quiet reminder that even broken things can shine again. Then comes Cha Eun-woo, the golden boy. Perfect looks, perfect talent, perfect smile. At least, that's what the world saw. But perfection is a lonely prison. He once said that the more people adore him, the more he feels distant from himself. He would stand in front of thousands, yet feel unseen. He would smile for fans, but struggle to smile for himself. Loneliness doesn't always come from being alone. Sometimes it comes from being everything to everyone. In the quiet of night, he questioned his worth. Was he truly loved, or just admired? There were nights of stillness, where he stared at the ceiling, asking the universe if this was what success should feel like. Yet through music, through acting, through moments of raw honesty, he found fragments of peace. He learned that vulnerability isn't weakness, it's truth. And behind every calm gaze, there was a storm, but also light, different battles. But one truth, even the brightest stars cry in silence. Min-ah found peace in love. Woo-bin found faith in pain. Eun-woo found meaning in vulnerability. Their stories remind us that depression wears many faces, and healing begins the moment we stop pretending to be fine. Fame can make you visible, but it can also make your pain invisible. They lived through both. Behind the cameras, they were simply human, fragile, hurting, surviving. They teach us that true strength is not in the smile we show the world, but in the quiet fight no one ever sees. So, when you look at them, beyond the fame, beyond the glow, remember this. Every heart hides a storm, and every soul has its breaking point. But still, they rise. Question, do you believe that silence can hide strength, or does it only deepen the pain?